Hi, this is Josh Godhelp, and welcome to Fight Bad Medicine, why conventional medicine falls short and functional medicine is the future. In this episode, I'm going to discuss GERD and acid reflux. And I'm actually going to tell a story of my own when I was in PA school. So when I was in PA school, I had this major acid reflux. I mean, awful symptoms. I mean, you could literally check off all the symptoms of acid reflux. I had terrible epigastric pain, like chest pain. It actually felt like I was having a heart attack. Like I went to the emergency room once because I thought I was having a heart attack. That's how bad the chest pain was. But it was more centralized. So that is classic acid reflux. I had the sour taste in my mouth in the morning. Chronic cough. Just bloating after eating. Like all the symptoms that you can think of for acid reflux. So I went to the doctor, and no surprise, but he's like, here, let me put you on a PPI, which is a proton pump inhibitor, like omeprazole. Those drugs work by stopping the acid output, and therefore you don't have the acid jumping up into your esophagus. The problem with that approach is, just to tell you some, the functional medicine aspect of underlying issues, now that I've studied that, is that the idea really is that the sphincter between the esophagus and the stomach only closes when the pH is low enough. That means acidic enough. So the whole issue is not that I had too much acid. The issue is that I had not enough acid, and everything was jumping up because the sphincter wasn't closing. But the doctor didn't know that set that aside. So he wants to give me a PPI. I said, no thank you. I want to try this through diet. I didn't really know much at that point, so I started reading, and actually fell upon the book by Dr. Diadamo, which is Eat Right for Your Blood Type. Well, right now I'm not such a huge fan of it. It actually helped me eliminate some of the foods that were causing that. So I started trimming down on the red meat, the tomatoes, the peppers, eggplants. I started seeing what foods were triggering the acid reflux, and I felt 1,000 times better. I mean, I didn't have to I was propping myself up with a pillow. That helped a little bit, but with 2 or 3 pillows, it was disturbing my sleep a little bit. It wasn't too comfortable, but it wasn't helping me too much. I didn't really have to do that anymore. I wasn't coughing so much in the morning. It started to decrease. I wasn't having that sour taste in my mouth, the bad breath, the pain that felt like a heart attack. I wasn't having that anymore. It started to get better, but I knew there was something else going on because I was still bloated. There was some sort of underlying issue going on. So I started looking into it more, and I started studying. And I said, my symptoms, other symptoms that, my bowel movements weren't the greatest, and I won't get into that. But, so it was SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. I never had heard that before. I think, we finally got into the digestive system in PA school. There was one slide about it, but that's it. In functional medicine, it is huge. I mean, that is a huge reason for leaky gut. And so I found this book. It's called Clean Gut by Alejandro Younger. Fantastic book. It's also about a cardiologist who, got burned out in school. Same story with me, but got burned out in med school and residency, and was eating garbage and everything. And he changed his way of eating. He changed his lifestyle, and he found a new way of practicing medicine. And listen, this guy was a cardiologist. I mean, he gave up a lot to do what he does because he found that he was helping the world just a little bit more by what he was doing. And he wrote this book, and so I followed his diet, which is basically your gut protocol diet, where you eliminate most grains, eliminating dairy. It's mostly like an elimination diet. Sugars for sure, even fruits for the most part, except like berries, which are low glycemic. So I started doing that, and then actually every morning, you have the shake. This is this is my lifesaver. And don't tell me that you don't have enough time to eat breakfast in the morning. You don't have time to eat a healthy breakfast. This takes 5 minutes to make. It's just almond butter, blueberries, and kale, and unsweetened almond milk. It's that simple. You got a protein powder if you want, but it's that simple. So that was breakfast in the morning, and then I had his lunches, his dinners. I actually ate as much as I wanted. While before I was bloated, and I didn't eat, and I still was gaining weight because I would eat a little bit, and I felt tremendous, like I was 200 pounds after I ate. So I started that diet, did the supplements. I removed, using berberine, and he replaced with enzymes and replenish with probiotics. I did all that, magnesium to clear myself out, and the first week was hell. I mean, I was like, no way can this be right? I mean, I felt, even more constipated and bloated, and I'm like, what's going on? I said, you know what? Let me see it through. By the second week, I had more energy than I've ever had probably in the past 10, 15 years. And I'm not old. I mean, I'm only 34 now. I did this, when I was 32. So I'm talking about I had more energy than I had when I was a teenager. I just felt my mood was better. And obviously my digestion was better. I'm like, am I supposed to be going to the bathroom twice a day? This is weird. And it was just so easy. When I used to go to the bathroom, I probably 25% of the time, 1 out of every 4 times, I actually had cramping, and it hurt when I would have bowel movements. Those were gone. It was just amazing. I was out of the bathroom in 5 minutes. I don't want to get too descriptive, but the idea is really, the point is my digestive system got better, my mood got better, my mood was elevated, my energy got better. I actually had joint pain, and that was amazing. That improved. I used to wake up with aches and pains and stiffness, gone. And I'm like, this is amazing. This is the truth. This is the underlying cause, pretty much, of everything. And I started, reading. I started taking books out of the library and searching for free webinars, and watching YouTube videos from experts. And this is all free. You don't have to go to all these conferences to find out information anymore. I mean, all this stuff is available. Obviously, if you want to get credentials, you've got the Institute for Functional Medicine, A4M. But if you're just the average person and you want to get information about health, it's all there at your fingertips. I mean, everything's on the internet today. Don't trust everyone, but go to the experts that use evidence-based medicine and research-backed medicine, and you can't go wrong. The point is that you can get rid of your acid reflux. You can pretty much get to the root cause of a lot of issues. And SIBO, Candida, these things, and therefore leaky gut. This is an underlying issue for many diseases, and this is where I go back. Where practitioners, conventional medicine practitioners make things way too complicated when it's so easy. I have joint pain, I'm depressed all the time. Look at the gut. I mean, look at the adrenals for sure. Do an organic acid test to see what else is going on with the metabolism. But, look at the gut. I mean, the gut is really the key. I mean, most immune system is surrounding the gut, which gut-associated lymphoid tissue, the GALT. We have a lot of our nervous system lining the gut, which sends signals to the brain. It's called the second brain. And serotonin, is a mood elevator. 90% of serotonin is produced by the gut. I mean, most people don't know that. When I ask patients, where do you think most serotonin is produced? And they're like, oh, of course, the brain. I'm like, no, surprise, it's the gut. So, you can fix a lot of things through the gut. I mean, that is the core thing I see with with all my patients. If they are serious about the gut, not majority, I see with all the patients, if they're serious about their gut and they start fixing things and they start, they eliminate the gluten and they eliminate the sugar and, tone down on the dairy and start eating good foods and unprocessed foods and real foods that you can actually name the ingredients of, you're going to feel a lot better. And then a lot of times, you have to go the extra yard. You have to do a gut test, find out what's wrong, and address those issues. And people feel tremendous. They come in for digestive issues, and a lot of issues disappear on top of that, and they're amazed. And I'm just like, leaky gut creates inflammation, which causes chronic disease. It's as simple as that. It's just very simple. I mean, the research is there. This is not some hocus pocus medicine. The research is there. So, guys, thank you for joining me today. Fix your gut. Watch the rest of the videos. Look up other resources. There's plenty of great resources out there. Josh Axe, Chris Gresser, and lead you to other places. Just study up. You can fight bad medicine yourself. You can empower yourself. Thank you for joining me today. Have a great day.